Rarely do entrepreneurs and brand owners think that they can get to a certain point where they can just simply sell their brand or even exit their business. Well, this is a possibility, especially now with the emergence of amazing e-commerce brands. There are so many investment companies that are interested in purchasing your brand if you have or if you meet certain criteria. In this video, this special interview style video, you're going to be meeting Sami, who is the founder of Novimed. Novimed, Sami is an expat living right here in a beautiful UAE. And Sami created Novimed. You're going to hear his story because he found a special niche in the market. He developed a product, he created it, he left his full-time job in order to do it. You'll hear all of his story and all the things that he had to go through in order to create this brand. And then Sami this year decided that it was time for him to sell the brand and move on to bigger and better adventures. So Sami was able to sell his brand to a company, to an investment company, or what is known as an Amazon aggregator, based right here in the Middle East, with offices all over the Middle East as well, called Opontia. Stay watching the video till the end so you can meet the co-founders of Opontia and see if you one day can also sell them your brand. Let's get started.
Yeah, actually the idea started when I was working with my previous employer, okay, and I was working in pharmaceutical sales. Meeting a lot of healthcare professionals, we saw a need for the lifestyle modifications for some patients. And we used to visit the gastroenterologist doctors, and they were always asking about some specific medical pillow that can elevate the patient with the right position, so he need to use it during his treatment journey or his treatment plan. And they were always asking about this, and this medical pillow wasn't there in the market. It's called acid reflux pillow. It's available in other market outside UAE, however, it wasn't available here in the UAE market. And I saw and I noticed the need for this product. It was only one product by this time. And then I put the idea in my mind. I continued with my employer, and at a certain time I decided to move and I opened my company. And this idea was always in my mind, the positioning for the patient and the medical pillow. And I started establishing Novimed with my wife. And we started with one product, which was the product I mentioned, Novimed Medical Acid Reflux Wedge Pillow. Okay, we started promoting it with the physician and the healthcare professional, with the hospitals, and lucky us, we started having some orders. By time we noticed that it's okay, it's a successful idea, we need to expand our portfolio. So we started doing market research, searching for all medical pillows in the market and medical positioners that can serve patients. We found many of them. Some of them was in UAE, some of them was in USA, another market. So we decided that we will bring all this portfolio under one umbrella, which is Novimed. So Novimed will produce almost all the medical pillows and positioners in the market. We started contacting the suppliers from UAE, from China, and we started producing a big range, around 15 to 20 medical pillow, and we starting and continue promoting them with the hospital. At some point, we noticed at this time, I have no background in the e-commerce business or anything, but the idea came with my wife. She noticed at this time it was Souq.com, and she asked me, Ahmed, why we don't sell online? Why we don't Souq? This is product direct to customer, and we can use the online channels. I was a little bit hesitated at this time because I never used the online channels or anything, and I don't have any experience about it at all. So I told her, let's give it a shot. So we started communicating with Souq, creating our seller account, enlisting our product, and then we started generating some products. Wow, it's working. Then the second channel was Mom's World. We start, if this channel is working, let's figure what other channels we can go through. Mom's World, then we did our listing. The product was selling good, so we continued going channel by channel, noon, then soup converted to Amazon. And these 3 years, we always cared about to provide a high quality product for our customers and always listen to our customers. So it was with the hospitals, it was with the online business through most of the channels. And here came the brand after 3 years, a good repetition brand and successful brand in the market. And after 3 years journey, me and my wife, we reached the point, the brand was doing well and it was expanding. But we reached this point that we cannot do it ourselves anymore. And we need someone to take Novimed to new levels and heights. So if we were going to do that by ourselves, that means we need more resources and capital. However, this was not available at this time, and we, over exploring our options, we landed with Opontia. Opontia, it's a new company in the market. However, they have their incredible team behind the scene. They are gurus from every department or everything, marketing, operation, e-commerce, everything. So this group of people, and when you go through their profile and history, you find them, they have very, very good, excellent experience. They are coming from big companies. So we met them, we trusted them, and once we met them, we know that we are on the right place.
If you are motivated and inspired by Sami's story, make sure that you leave a thumbs up so more people can find this video, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'd like to hear your opinion. Now it's time to meet Philip and Manfred, the co-founders of Opontia, the company that acquired Novimed. Let's hear their story and let's see the reason behind why they decided Novimed was a good fit for their portfolio.
Thanks so much for having us back again as well, Crystal. It's always a real pleasure to talk to you and to the Amazon Seller Society. So I'll start by saying, well, just a very quick background on myself is I was doing venture capital in South Africa and Kenya for a couple of years before, and then e-commerce strategy with McKinsey after that. And so during the course of my time, investing, I saw we'd come across lots and lots of e-commerce companies, and we'd find that they would have sort of challenges where they'd reach a point where it was a bit of a challenge to grow any further. Maybe that was, through no fault of their own. Could be lack of working capital or lack of inventory financing. It could be, just the operational complexity had grown too large, such that it was then becoming a bit of a barrier to their growth. And so we decided to found this company really to as a way to enable e-commerce entrepreneurs to realize the full value of their brand. So both in terms of getting an exit now, so getting some upfront cash, as well as then we give them some share in the growth of the brand over the following year or two. And so that's really our mission, is to enable e-commerce entrepreneurs to realize the full value of their brand. And so why do we do it in this region? It's really because we'd seen that this region had been a little bit overlooked by investors and by people looking in this space in general. And so we saw that there was a real need, and there's a huge pool of very, very talented e-commerce entrepreneurs here, and we just wanted to be that catalyst in the growth journey of these brands. So yeah, that's really why we focused on it. But I'll hand over to Manfred, who's the more of the e-commerce pro than me.
So Manfred, we saw obviously in the video how you guys were able to take over Sami's business. He's very excited and happy for the future of Novimed. But if I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur, if I have a brand, whether that be on Amazon or anywhere, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to also be acquired by Opontia, what are you looking for in a brand that you think is something that you can grow, something that you would like to either partner with or acquire, just like Philip said?
Yeah, absolutely. So taking, for example, the Sami's brand Novimed, so and that's also like applicable generally, we are looking for unique brands that have a certain value. So in terms of categories, we look for so-called all-weather categories. So boys, kids and babies, health and beauty, bath and kitchen, pets. So categories where end customers actually use the products on a daily basis. So this was actually something that was very attractive about Sami's brand. And then what he created that was very unique and attractive for us is he created really a branding around a certain category. So there was a thinking behind it. Also, when you look at his background, he came from this industry. He worked for a corporate, and then he said, I started my own brand. Yeah. So this was something that actually attracted us. So this was the one thing. On the other hand, there's certain financials that needs to be in place in order for us to say like it needs to be attractive. It has to be attractive to buy this brand. And then, as Philip mentioned before, normally like these brands, the owners want to reach to a certain level, to the next stage, and then need support. So all these things were ticked when we looked at this brand. And this was also the reason why we actually decided into acquiring it and bring it to the next level.
You guys are very well funded. You've already raised a lot of money. So just people know how big your business is. But I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, like, what's in it for you? Like, if you have all that money, why not create your own brand? Why would you want to acquire someone else?
Yeah. So I think for us, we're experts at growing these brands and scaling them. We're not so much experts at the 0 to 1 stage of these brands. And I think a lot of the time these brands are formed by people who are extremely passionate about the product, extremely passionate about their customer base, and they just know an awful lot about the product that they're building. We learn very quickly once we've bought these brands, but for us, our area of expertise is in how to scale these rather than in the 0 to 1 game. I don't know if Manfred has any comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, the team that we hired are like experts in e-commerce. And so one of the things, and I've worked for 2 e-commerce marketplaces before, and actually oversaw like the growth of like 60,000-70,000 sellers. And there are always a couple of things that are the same where sellers or brands are actually struggling with. And as Philip mentioned, so a lot of these brand owners are experts about the product, but then when it comes to things like who is the right person to run my warehouse? Do I need a warehouse? How much should I spend on marketing? Should I now order stock for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? How do I use data analytics to divide my products into best converting products, low converting products? So these are things where we are like experts in this, and this is also the way how we help brands to go to the next level by streamlining these processes and basically injecting capital on the right things and measured with the right KPIs, with the right targets.
Thanks so much to Sami, Philip, and Manfred. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and being part of this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.